This is a one wheel. It's essentially a powered board that you stand on and ride, like a longboard but with only one wheel, hence its name. Clever, huh? So why am I showing you a one wheel? Well, because it almost killed me. And as I was flying through the air, preparing to press some flesh with the road, it occurred to me that as technology evolves, more and more we put our lives into its hands without a second thought. And this should be something anyone who works in tech should pause and think about. If the person coding the firmware overlooks some random edge case and this bug makes it through QA, review and remains there lying in wait deep in the code for the perfect storm of events to take place to raise its ugly head and shut the board down at full speed, it could kill someone. It used to be that the worst that could happen if a coder got something wrong was the printer wouldn't work or your screen would go blue or an email would be sent to all your contacts declaring your undying love for them. Inconvenient, sure. Embarrassing, yes. But deadly, these bugs were not. So when you stop and think about it, you'll realise you put your life into the hands of something someone has built, someone has coded every day. We're pretty happy with things like bridges and snorkels in the main. Not much can go wrong here. But we're also happy with cars and planes, and both these run sophisticated software to make sure they operate at an optimum level. Thankfully for these sectors, there's all sorts of legislation and processes to ensure that in the main, cars and planes are super safe. But as we know, cars are getting smarter, and there have been several high-profile cases of autonomous vehicles in accidents, and some of which have tragically been fatal. And as technology evolves, as the Internet of Things gets bigger, there will be more and more innovation, more creativity, more danger, and less regulation. And we, the innovators, need to think carefully and be mindful and be responsible when creating these amazing products. The first and most obvious thing is to have robust R&D, quality control, testing processes to ensure our end products are safe, and this is something I'm sure all of you are doing splendidly. However, as I tumbled through the air, not, it turns out, because of a bug in the one wheel, but because of my own ignorance, I had an epiphany. Users are far more likely not to die at the hands of your products if they understand, even at a high level, how they work. Let's take the one wheel as an example. The one wheel uses very clever software and hardware to balance me and power me down the road at speeds of up to 22 miles an hour. It's an amazing bit of kit, but one that if I don't respect it, try to understand its idiosyncrasies, could end up killing me. And it does not take a scientist or an engineer to understand the basics of how it works. The one wheel has a finite amount of power in the lithium-ion batteries. It uses this power to balance me and to move me forward and backwards. The more power I use to move, the less power is available to balance. And at some point, I could ask too much power, at which point something gives. And in this case, the balance assistant gave. And I nosedived at nearly 20 miles an hour. And if I had considered this as a user, I probably would not have fallen. Why? Well, moments before the fall, the software had alerted me that the battery was less than 20%. And I understand how batteries work and should have considered that there was less power available at 20% than there was at 100. Secondly, I was riding the one wheel uphill into a headwind. If I was on a bike, I'd have been working really hard. Common sense stuff, but I was treating the one wheel as if it was made of magic and fairy dust. If I could have just lined up these simple facts, I might have realised that I was asking quite a lot of the device with a low battery. I might have decided to back off and not push it so hard and avoid the fall. As the product owner, perhaps Future Motion, the manufacturers of one wheel, could have found a way to communicate this pretty simple concept to the end user, to me, arming me with sufficient information to use the device more safely. And as users, I believe we should take responsibility to understand the tech in which we put so much faith. As product creators, in addition to all the due diligence and quality control and testing, we should think about how we can educate our users, our customers, other human beings on how our products work, their weaknesses, their strengths, so that they can use them more safely. We work on all kinds of projects, from mobile apps to complete IoT solutions, making sure they are safe and finding ways to help users understand the idiosyncrasies. If you would like to ask any questions or find out more, please get in touch with us. Thanks for watching.